If you sell AI solutions to other businesses, then this video is going to be for you. I'm going to explain exactly how you can use tools like Clay, an actual AI-powered data enrichment tool, to find companies that would be in need of your AI solutions and in need of your AI services. Because the truth is, if you're just doing outbound and going to market with a broad approach, trying to target everyone that might need AI, you're actually not going to find anyone, right? You need to find what's called triggers that will show us intent of companies that are needing to use these AI solutions and these AI tools. Once again, we use a tool called Clay, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this yourself to find companies that would actually be in need of your AI solutions, rather than just scattergunning the whole market and trying to find those people that are really in desperate need. We want to build high quality clients that will stay with us for a long time. And the way we're going to do that is by finding those that need us. So there's 3 common pain points that I'm going to show you that would lead to AI adoption for businesses in the B2B space. Let's get straight into it. The first one would be companies hiring for AI related roles. So it's no surprise that if a company is hiring for an AI related role, they're looking to expand in this space. Whether it's their first hire or their 10th hire, they're still looking to expand the AI department of their business. So it's a great signal that indicates there's going to be growth to come in this department and in this space. So how do we actually do that using Clay? What you want to do using Clay is build a workbook to find open jobs. Now you want to find open jobs that are just related in the AI field. So if you go to Clay, create a new workbook, and you want to go to find jobs here, this is where we're going to put in AI job titles to actually find those that need us. So for example, if I just type in AI, we're going to see all of the job titles that have AI in it and actually are related to AI. So I'm going to leave it very broad for now, and I'll show you the types of jobs that can come up, and we can then further refine and specialize from there. So if I just put AI in job titles, let's just put a location of United States. And then I can just hit preview jobs, and I can see all the jobs that are being posted with the keyword AI in the title. So you can see we've got AI engineers, AI architects, AI scientists, AI writers, AI generalists, AI tutors, right? All of these different types of roles. Now, if you want to make it more specialized to a specific type of AI, or maybe you want to look at companies that are just hiring for a chief of AI, then you can put this in and you can rerun the search. But I would personally recommend keeping it broad if you are an AI business. You'll get far more results this way. So you can see majority of the ones here are chief of staff with AI implementation. So I just go back to AI here. If you keep it broad, you're going to get far more search results, and you'll have a bigger list that you can actually reach out to. Now, it's important to note that with this outreach, you're actually going to use the actual job title that they posted for. So you can say, hey, I noticed you're hiring for an AI engineer. Just wondering, is AI a priority for you going into Q2 or Q3, right? And then you can engage in the conversation from there. But this is a really easy way, once again, this is with a free account, to find companies that are actually be in need of AI solutions if they are hiring for AI roles. Now, once you've got this into Clay, the workflow that you actually need to do is to remove the staffing and recruiting companies. So it's no surprise that with any job board, you're actually going to get a ton of staffing and recruiting companies here that are posting jobs. The way you're going to do this is by adding an enrichment and typing in enrich company. Now, once you've done that, you actually get some data back about the companies, such as the industry they're in, their size, and some more things. So if I go back to here and go to continue to add fields, let's say I just want to search what industry these companies are in. I'm going to save and run this for the very first 10 rows so I can see what type of industries these companies are in that are hiring for AI engineers and AI architects. So this should start running, and we should start getting some data. Once again, this is really useful so we can remove those staffing and recruiting companies and just focus on our ICP that's actually going to be in need of our solution. Perfect. So you see straight away, we've got a few IT consulting companies. Dice, I actually know, is a job board, a staffing and recruiting one here as well. So you want to keep an eye on that. And some of these IT services and IT consulting companies, you need to do an extra layer of checking for just to make sure they're not recruitment companies. But once you've removed all these recruiters, then you can actually go straight to the ICP. So let's say your ICP is just in the software space. You can reach out to all the software dev companies in this table and say, look, I noticed you're hiring for a front-end AI engineer. Here's how I think we potentially could help. Instead of making that hire, this is what you could implement. So once you've built that list, then you can filter it down into companies that match your ICP and actually find the key decision makers. The way you can do that is by adding another enrichment and typing in find contacts. Then you can find the relevant contact at this business that you can actually reach out to. In this case, it might be the Chief Technology Officer. So you'd put this just in job title keywords, Chief Technology Officer, and we could reach out to them and say, hey, I notice you're hiring for an AI engineer, and then go with your particular value proposition. So that's the first way in which you can find companies that would be interested in AI adoption and AI solutions. It's by finding those open jobs. The second way would actually be to find companies that have AI solutions in their tech stack. So once again, if companies are looking to adopt AI, then the likelihood is they've started to experiment internally themselves. And they may have some software in their tech stack, which is actually AI solutions. So the way you'd want to do this is you can just once again type in full tech stack into Clay and use these tools to actually find what the tech stack of these businesses are. So this one, you need to put in your API. So I'm just going to get rid of this here for now. I'm just going to save and run the first 10 rows. So then we can actually get the data back as to what technologies these companies are using in their tech stack and see if there's AI solutions in there. If there's not, then we could also mention that as a trigger. But if there are AI solutions that are being used, we can actually call out that exact technology and ask how their adoption of it is going. So for example, we see that some of these have found 500 technologies in their tech stack. That's far too many to look through manually. So what you'd want to do is add another enrichment, which would be ChatGPT or another AI. So you get ChatGPT to analyze the results and find any AI-based solutions or AI-based technologies in this tech stack and then return those. So all you'd want to do is add a column, just type in ChatGPT and develop a prompt. A very, very, very basic prompt might just be, please find the AI technologies from this stack. And then you would import in that column that you've just built with the tech stack. Let's save this and run the first 10 rows. So then AI is helping us find the AI technologies that these companies might be using, which we can then use in our outreach. For example, this one has shown us TensorFlow is an open source machine learning framework that this particular company is using. So we can reach out to them and call out this exact technology that they're using and asking if that's their primary adoption of AI and maybe if they're open to exploring any other adoptions. But this is key for us. So if companies are adopting new technologies and new AI technologies, it's going to make it way easier for us to actually pitch our solution as well. And the third and final trigger, how you can find businesses that might be looking to implement AI, is finding companies that have been recently funded. So the way you want to do this is start off by building your dream 100. Say you have a list of 100 dream clients that you want to reach out to. You actually want to find how many of these and which ones have been funded and which round of funding. So then you know they actually have capacity and they have budget to spend on AI implementations and AI solutions. The likelihood is these businesses that have received funding clearly have a great idea and a great team behind them to achieve this funding, and they just need maybe some AI solutions or automations to help excel their growth. So the way you want to do this, once again, is within Clay, and it's another enrichment called funding. So if you just type in funding in that search bar, you can find total funding of the companies in the ICP. All you need to do is hook it up to that company domain. I'm just going to save and run the first 10 rows here, and it will show us which companies out of these ones have received funding and where that funding has come from. There's no promise that any of these companies in this list actually have received funding, so let's see what it comes back with. But if there are any that have received funding, it'll be interesting to dive into it. We can get this data and find maybe 10% of these companies or so that have been recently funded. For example, 2025, Series C. So this could be great information to use when reaching out to this company to actually say, look, we know you've just had a Series C round of funding. Congratulations on fundraising this particular amount. With your fourth round of funding or fifth round of funding, depending on how many they've had, how are you planning to spread that budget into AI initiatives and what sort of initiatives are you looking at? So once again, from here, you'd want to find the key contacts relevant at this company and use the information that you can build within Clay to create targeted outreach that's actually going to find prospects interested in your solution. Many of these companies are very large and sometimes they're harder to break into, but this will also work with smaller companies as well. So that's what I recommend when looking through for these 3 different types of intent triggers. You want to be looking for companies that are hiring for AI roles, companies with AI solutions in their tech stack already, because it indicates they're starting to make the move forward, and recently funded companies where you can actually see what round of funding, how much they've fundraised, and use that as a trigger that might indicate they want to use AI in their back-end processes to actually excel their growth. So hopefully this video has been useful. If you're interested in creating custom solutions like this that allow you to go to market and target those that actually need your service as an AI business, we've got a link in the description where you can book a call with us. But if not, hopefully this video has been useful and I shall see you on the next one.